Good morning, everyone. Let's talk about unclean spirits this morning. Over in Matthew 12, verse 43 to 45, it says, when an unclean spirit goes out of a person, which means even cast out of a person, he goes through dry places seeking rest and finds none. Then he says, I will return to my house or person which I came from. And when he goes there, he finds it empty, swept, and in order. Remember, it's empty. Then he goes and takes with him 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell in there. And the last state of the man was worse than the beginning of the man. Remember, at the beginning he had one demon in him, and now he has multiple demons in him, so he's worse off. If you go and look at the next line, it says, so shall it be also with this wicked generation, which means the generation that was in the beginning, it's going to be more wicked in the end. Even in Christ's generation, it's going to be more wicked than that generation was even at that time. So, to answer a lot of questions that have been asked lately, will the generations get worse? Will the lawlessness get worse? Yes, absolutely. It's going to grow worse and worse and worse to where we have to live in a lawless society. We have to live in a lawless world to where the man of lawlessness will come and take over. It will be very easy for him to take over at that time in the tribulation, because the world will be a lawless place. And so lawlessness will embrace lawlessness. You know, it won't shun it away because it craves that. The world right now is kind of a crazy place. There's a lot going on, a lot of different things happening, but it's even going to grow worse than what we can imagine, okay? It has to do these things. It has to grow this way for the man of lawlessness to come in and be greatly accepted by a wicked generation. Like this right here. The wicked generation at the end will be worse than what it was at the beginning. Also with the person that was possessed. They're worse off at the end than they were at the beginning, because when that one demon went out, they left an empty void in their life, and he came back with 7 more. So, it's very important today for 2 parts on this. For one, to make sure you have Christ in your life, and that the empty void is filled with him, and he comes in and just changes your life forever. The second part is, make sure you're living a good life for the Lord and not being in wickedness, not being out there running around and gossiping and backbiting and doing all these things that a Christian is not supposed to be doing. Make sure your heart is where it's supposed to be with the Lord every day, and where you're walking where you're supposed to be. Don't be falling into the category of the wicked generation. Keep your head up, keep fighting the good fight of faith, and walk every day